Hi everyone, this is LAR Games, and today I'm watching the very last episode, episode 13 of Symphogear XV, the last episode of the last season. There might there's probably going to be more that I watch. The OVAs are still something that I have to watch. Um, but yeah, this is the last episode of the entire series. It'll conclude everything. And yeah, welcome to my last reaction to my most disliked series I've ever done. Uh, I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that because either one of two things are happening. One, uh, people have been watching this entire time and watching it all the way through to the end, but still disliking every single video. Or something I said very early on made somebody really dislike the series for, my reaction to the series for some reason. And then they come back every single time I do a new reaction and just downvote it without watching, which would be extremely random and petty. But I'm not really sure why someone would dislike this series this much. Like, it's not like I hate the series or I'm hating on it or anything at all, because there's a lot of enjoyable things to this series. Um, I guess it could just be people are expecting a certain type of reaction, and then when they don't get it, they just don't like it, so they dislike it. Which makes no sense to me, because the point of watching reactions to me is just seeing everyone's different reactions to things. They don't have to react the same way every time. But yeah, this by far is my most disliked content I've ever done. Despite the fact that a lot of people were encouraging me to do this because of how much people like this series, which I guess is a double-edged sword, because if you like this series, you might like it only you might only like people saying the things that you want about it, and any other opinion would just be something that you hate. That's what might be happening, but I'm not sure. Fandoms can be weird at times. But yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing this finally. It's been a long ride, and we'll see where it goes. I'm expecting a really cool fight at least. But yeah, let's get started. Hey, that one too! No, I think that she said it last episode. But yeah, I remember that. That was in one of the, like, I don't know what's it called, the logos for the series. Oh man, Tsubasa looks really good too. Tsubasa and Shirabe. Oh my god, they look so good. But that's usually always the case. Oh yeah, this outfit Miku has now. Not a fan. Foreshadowing. She was planning this entire time. Elf 9 still seems fine, so that's good. She was just resting before. I wonder how the Earth's gonna recover from this. Like her elemental attack. Of course she can do that. She can still do that. I like how their hair is glowing too. Actually, how does Shirabe's hair glow? Her hair is black. A myth class special disaster. That's funny. Hey, that was like a command seal from Fate. That is a lot of what's the word? Fodder. God, Tsubasa looks so cool right now. Is that a gigantic Chris with a gigantic gun? That is also amazing. I don't want to be united with everyone. What the heck? I like being by myself. Don't force that ideal onto me. Yeah, but there's also no self. It's like saying, oh, I'm going to make a world where you don't burn yourself on hot chocolate by getting rid of hot chocolate. That just doesn't make any sense. Oh, her hair turned kind of grayish while it glows. Guess it doesn't work that well with black hair. So many colors. Sometimes this reminds me so much of My Little Pony. Of course, My Little Pony didn't have fights as big a scale as this, but they were still pretty good sometimes. Oh, that's that's low. I mean, your move was also pathetic. Who dis? Oh, huh. I hope she was watching a whole bunch of TV shows during this time. Wait, who's talking right now? Is it? I don't think it's off nine actually. The expression is too severe. She's just taking a nap. I'm sure she's fine. Oh, dang. Christmas is going to come early this year. Everyone's glowing now. That one guy's really enjoying this. So the sun was interfering? Oh, okay. That's adorable. Hey, there's her line. One of those guys is disappointed. A handheld spirit bomb. That says something. That's adorable. It's like a superpowered hug. Well, it is a superpowered hug. A hug of cleansing. It would have been nice if she kept her first outfit. I guess it's time to wind down. Why do you have that outfit? What? I don't like looking at that. I mean, it was a pretty much a miracle that she survived this long. After all the memories she supposedly burned in every other confrontation. Guess I was wrong about it winding down. Destroying the god character doesn't seem to be the end. You know, you shouldn't be getting any signals anymore. Once you get down to a certain depth, I feel like signals going through all that rock would probably be impossible. Unless all this time they just have Ansible technology, which would make sense considering they were speaking to each other while they were on the moon with no noticeable lag. Oh. I mean, I'm happy about her coming with powers, but God, why is it that outfit? I'm glad she has powers now, like the rest of them, though. I've been waiting for that the entire time. Well, and she comes with knowledge as well. Gods being aliens. Thankfully, they got exactly these amount of members in their team. Things would have turned out very differently if one of them didn't want to join. This one's pretty different. Yay, she's singing. I guess I was wrong about Shemha being uh Fine. Oh. Okay. I guess I was just confused. And they all change to different colors. Neat. It's collapsing in a very orderly fashion, thank goodness. Oh! How are they gonna get out of that one? Because I don't want to? Yeah, just because something has downsides doesn't mean you don't want it to exist. I don't seem she's not a sore loser. Oh, she saved them. All right. They were pretty huge hands. He seems very unsurprised. It's like, yes, I expected this. Oh, well, that ended abruptly. There probably definitely is something after this. So let's fast forward through this. Oh, that's her dad, probably. Yeah, seems they want people to guess that. All right, that's the end of Symphogear. Pretty good series. It has a lot of really cool visuals. The fights are really fun sometimes, especially in this last season. Um, I will say though, I did enjoy the series, obviously, uh, but a lot of these things that the show is really good at uh, are not things that I typically tend to appreciate in general. So I feel like for people to really, really love this series, you need to be into a couple, like really into a couple of things. Number one, music. Number two, big, awesome fights, which it does have, and I do actually appreciate that. So that one's good. Uh, Yuri shipping, which I'm not into. Not necessarily Yuri romance, because this has none of that. Yuri shipping, though. And what else? I guess lack of like the ability of a show to just get right to the point, because that's what this series does a lot. It tends to skip over things a lot, things that I feel would establish things better, but they kind of just don't do that a lot of times. Like, for example, most characters' relationships in this series, like regarding how attached they get to each other. Like, I mean, you can interpret this show whichever way you want. That was intentionally how they made it. Otherwise, it would actually be romance in this. They don't ever focus on how characters spend time with each other for the most part. It's just from one combat scenario to the next. And I'm sure we'll get a lot of that in the OVAs. But in terms of the actual show, we don't see... Like, taking Tsubasa and Maria, for instance. They're supposedly super close, but we barely see them do anything together. Like, they've sung together on occasions, and then we just see them standing next to each other a couple of times, but that's about it. It's supposedly they're like the best of friends, or, you know, in other interpretations, girlfriends or something, which they don't show at all. Like, not even being friends. They just say that in the songs, and when they're fighting together, it just shows them next to each other, and they say things regarding their relationship, but we don't really see them spend time together and have fun together, spend their day-to-day lives together. And I would really like to see that, and not just, you know, with the pairs that end up forming, but like within each other's, like just as a group and different pairings as friendships. That would have been great, but we don't ever get to see them grow together as a group that much. It's just fight after fight, which could be seen as a positive, but in my opinion, I like seeing the mundane stuff first before I get invested. The thing that gets me invested most of all in a series is seeing, you know, a day-to-day life get turned upside down. And for me, there needs to be a status quo established before it can be overturned. And that's usually how I gain a attachment to characters and how things change for them. If I already know, you know, what it's like before things go bad. That's why I usually don't tend to watch dramatic things very much, because it's always just thing after thing, and I'm just like, there's no real time to get invested for me. But yeah, I'm sure the OVAs are going to have a lot more fun stuff that we get to see them do, and I'm kind of looking forward to that. The series overall did culminate into this past season, and it does show that they put a lot of effort into it, at least in terms of the animation and the like presentation of it all, and that was really awesome. I'm also glad that Miku ended up actually joining them by the end, like officially, sort of. I don't know if she retains all those abilities after, though. That would be interesting to see followed up on. It just kind of ends there. Let's see what else. While it's obvious that everything, you know, culminated in this last season, it's also obvious that they didn't really plan that since the beginning. They just kind of took what was there and then made it into this, which is respectable, but that's usually what series tend to do when sequels aren't planned. Sometimes it goes well, like it does here. Like you think, oh, that's what they were thinking. You know, it was set up before that. They were just using the material that they had. But sometimes you're like, this doesn't work out well. And I'm glad that, you know, this series did end up sort of competently tying everything together. But yeah, pretty good show. I don't think I'd ever watch a reaction to it, though, because personally, I wasn't as into it as probably a lot of people are, judging by the dislikes. So I'd give it like around, I don't know, like a 7, maybe. It was fine. It had really, really good highs, and not many lows, but it did have some, which I'm not a fan of. But yeah, that's it for this reaction. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.